Welcome back to another video. It's been a long time. I've said that a lot in the last few videos. Legitimately, I've been really busy with work. This time of year is absolutely mad. So I haven't had any time at all to work on the car. Last time you saw the car, we were working on the coilovers. Front ones are done, obviously. Back ones, we came a little bit into an issue, but that's all done. That's all on now. I'll show you that in a second. I didn't film what I did to it purely because it was 4 hours of pure grinding. So boring as hell. So I didn't do anything of that, didn't do any recording. So they're grinded, they're on. I'll show you those right now. So coilovers are all in. The thing was grinding the knuckle down. I'll show you, well, you can't actually see it. I can show you the coilover in, but coilover's in. It's looking like this. So everything's in, new holes drilled in the top. I've actually got these as low as I can go. It's not as low as it was before on that really ghetto setup, purely because when you lower this cup down, obviously more of this thread shows through at the bottom. That's that right there, and that is the boot there for the drive shaft. Now I can't go any lower than that at the moment, so that's why it's kind of a bit higher at the back. Originally I was going to try and expand these a little bit to fit on here, but this is really well reinforced. I didn't want to end up kind of breaking the welds or kind of compromising the structure of that. So I went with the grinding option, which was pretty long-winded, but it's in. Camber at the top is fairly neutral, so obviously I've got a lot more to play with, as you know, really we want to go wider with the wheel setup, because these are obviously 10 wheels at the moment. So I've got something to play with today, just to see what we can kind of get away with in terms of width. That's in my bag. Where's my bag? Oh, okay. Right, so obviously the easiest thing to do, rather than buying new wheels, which I haven't got at the moment, and tyres, is to buy spacers. So got some 20mm spacers off eBay. We actually advertised as 25mm, but they came with the 5mm spacer on the top, so 25, whatever. So 20mm spacers, so we can chuck these on, see what it looks like with 20mm more width on there. I've checked the clearance here, so I think we should be all good in terms of it not actually touching on the tyre. If it does, when we lower it down, we'll just jack it back up again and put a bit more camber on it, but I just really want to see how it looks. So yeah, spacers. Still got a little bit of clearance on there. Obviously I had a 5mm spacer on there before, took that off, put a 20mm on, so effectively 15mm more. So I think I'm just going to put another 5mm on there because I've got enough room. It's not touching, obviously it's not as low as it was before, so I can get a little bit more in there to bulk it out a little bit. And I think obviously it's going to need more camber as well. Not too much, because I don't want to go crazy with the camber. I want to keep it fairly mild. But obviously you don't want to wreck my over fenders, so I'll take that off and put 5mm on and then see where we're sitting. I'll show you guys. Alright, okay, so that's back on there. So effectively 25mm space is on there. You've still got a little bit of room, fairly bolt upright there with the camber. So it's currently up there, it's currently in the most kind of neutral position. So I could obviously camber it in a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy, like I said, but I'll camber it in a little bit. So I'll probably do that now real quick. once I've done that, I can't really do any more to the back because I haven't got the bags for the air system, but I will show you what I've done with the rest of the air system anyway. And what I'm going to try and do is, I've got all the wires, all the power wires kind of through the car. I need to find a way, or a hole in the firewall there, get them through into the engine bay, hopefully get some power to it, and then we can see if it works, which it should do, and see if we've got any leaks. I don't think we will do, but you never know. So so I'll quickly do this camber, and then we'll flick back to that wheel with more camber. Right, as you can see, it's pretty much spot on there. I've got a little bit more adjustment on the top there, camber wise, if I wanted to. Camber's not that severe on the rear, which is which also rhymes, which is great. So I know what I can get away with. I know I've got a little bit more leeway. Just so obviously I want to get this, when it's on bags, I want to get it to meet this tyre line here. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can do for this. So yeah, let's go to the air ride. So you've got a light in there to kind of show you what's going on, but obviously the tank's in there. It's all hooked up. It's all hooked up there. I've run the airline. I've run the airline into here. Originally I was going to run the airline over there. You can see the hole is, but it's basically bodywork. Structural bodywork straight behind it, so I can't get the fixing through there, which is annoying. There's a hole there, so we've got it running straight into here. So it looks pretty neat. Obviously you've got to do the other side there. I'll do exactly the same and run that fitting into here, and then around here, and then down along the side and back to here. So we've got everything hooked up now. It's kind of semi-bolted in, but struggling to get a fixing on that. And now obviously I need to hook up the airlines here. Now that's pretty tight, and you can imagine that will look pretty awful. Yeah, the pipes are going to be really like a horrible angle, so I've got a solution for that. This fitting here, all the fittings on this air ride are a push fit. You just push in, and obviously these are little angle ones, so go into the manifold, we can have the airlines going straight out, which is great. These fittings, this will be out of the way, these fittings literally push in like that. So we've got one for each one, so front left, front right, rear left, rear right, right even, and then the tank, and that one's the exhaust, so we don't need one for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Right, that's all in. So I was running all the cables through for the power, obviously. One of the things that was wrong with the car when I first got it was the ABS light was on. It's a pretty common issue. Some of you may or not know that the battery carpet was completely soaked when I got it. So there's obviously a blockage somewhere on the water lines going from the sunroof. So the floor is completely soaked. Now, Subaru decided to put the ABS computer directly under the passenger seat. So, noise. This is the ABS computer. I opened it up and a lot of water came out. In fact, it's pretty much completely filled with water. And there we go. Completely trashed. So I do have another one. One of the guys on the SVX SVX page on Facebook has got one of these, and I've sent them money for that. So that'll be over at some point soon. I'm in no rush for it, so it'll be over soon, so I'll be able to get the ABS light out. It might actually be out actually at the moment because there's no computer plugged into it, but we'll see what's going on. So I've run all the cables through, all down the side here in this plastic here, and now we're all here. So we've got the power and everything, and then obviously we've got the controller. That's just dark. We've got the controller there, obviously. So we need to find a hole here to get all the power through, and then we can hook it up and see if it actually works, which should be exciting slash nerve-wracking even. Right. Everything's plumbed in now. At the same time, I'll show you the routes I was running the cable, but I basically run the cable through one of the existing ones that goes into the front wheel well. When I was doing that, I realised that the reason why I was getting all the water in here is because the drainage tube, over time, I think it's just got old and it shrunk. Because I've tugged on it, it won't come down any further, and it was completely unplugged from the the kind of the drain hole. Tape. Unplugged from the drain hole that takes it out of the car. So made a new hole. I'll show you that in a second. Made a new hole for the drain plug, for the drain tube. That's gone out there. I've used that hole that was originally for the drain tube and modified that and taken all the wiring for the air ride out that way and through and into the engine bay, because I really couldn't find anywhere to run it. So because the cars are so over engineered. I'll show you what we got. So that's the old drain hole there. That's the new hole there with the drain for that. I'm going to put an extension on this and have this kind of running down so it doesn't kind of trickle into this. That's the new hot wiring, obviously, for the air ride, and it's running all the way up there, down into there with the rest of the wiring. And now we've got it all hooked up. Got it all hooked up, obviously, to the power. So it's all powered up at the moment. We just need to plug in the ignition switch. So the ignition wire here, this is supposed to go into here. Obviously you're going to do that, but for now I can literally just hook up to the battery and that should fire everything up, so we can just check everything works. Yeah, let's just see if it works. We've got a noise. Start, compressor's working. So that's all good. So air. Hopefully I haven't got any leaks on that. Although I can kind of feel may have a leak on that. Feel that. Something might be rattling inside of that. That's working. Oops, need to fix this. So that's obviously the air ride controller. That's in and working. So a few little bits and pieces to sort out. But for now, obviously, I'll just take that off, unplug that. Cool, so that's all working. I do need to sort out that issue with the tank, because it's rattling quite a lot. It's really loud. So I'll have to take the tank out. One of the threads when I was putting that in there was, because it's an alley tank and it kind of stripped, so I thought I'd put enough sealer on there to hopefully keep it airtight, but I don't think it's really working, so I have to have a look at that. But obviously, yeah, it's kind of normal, so it's all working up and running. Obviously we just need the bags and run the lines as well in there, which should be another thing to do, but it's getting there, everything's working, which is good, which I'm pretty happy about. All done for this week. I can't really do much more. I'll probably start feeding the actual airlines in real soon. Massive thank you to everyone that's come to the channel recently. Had a huge growth spurt for some reason, and we've hit over 2,000 subscribers, so that's absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoy the content and stick around. Obviously, like the videos. Feel free to comment. Always like to hear from you guys, what you think and what you think I might be doing wrong. Let me know. It's always good to know these things. So a few things. I'm probably going to work out some kind of giveaway for the kind of 2K kind of giveaway. So I'll be giving away a t-shirt, and then more info. I've actually got another car. Picked up a new car yesterday. It's my new daily. I'll explain why relatively soon, why I've got this car, but and I'll do a little video for it, so I hope you guys will enjoy that. It's going to be kind of kept pretty standard. Fingers crossed. I don't know yet, might not. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Subscribe, you fools. Wonder this time where